好，晚上好。这场好像有那个视频，我们来看看能不能连。等水上到2.5啊，等水自己看啊。这场中不会盖小球了吧？全部都小球欸。看看有没有视频没看。有了耶。等一下啊。有啦。
Here comes Marcus Edwards. Edwards was brilliant midweek. He certainly was enjoying a great run of form. Marcus Edwards as well.
那我就有精神。
I would say perhaps his best run so far, wearing the sporting shirt, being decisive as he was back in the Victoria Guimaraes days, and also scoring goals, certainly becoming a pivotal player in this squad. And now here comes Marcus Edwards. On to Skayu. Skayu having a go at the goal. He was stopped by the goalkeeper Kosuke Nakamura. And the first attempt arrived over the 7th minute. It was Ricardo Skayu. A beautiful effort here. Poor defending. They slept on it. I think it was Saka who did not arrive on time to the ball. Was collected by Marcus Edwards, who immediately passed it over Ricardo Skayu, and Skayu failed to score.
葡萄体育是绿色，然后客队是黄色。来哦。再来哦。再来哦。进了哦，你看。葡萄体育进了。超快的。这场不会在小球，刚刚就讲了，这场不会在小球。那这场会大球咯，我跟你们说，追大，这一场追大。 你看他们弹来弹去，我就知道会进球，弹得很好。再看一次哦，弹来弹去，你弹我，我弹你，一脚就进了。漂亮，真是一记漂亮的射门。真是很不错，我的那个大腿。有开始那个过敏。这也太帅了。
Find the back of their net. It's a great run also. First goal of the season for Francisco Trincao as a Sporting player. And what a way it came. And again, it was a really good shot. Gonzalo Inacio. Here comes Inacio, takes it to the left. Could not be collected by Nuno Santos. That was a good interception.
继续哦。
Neto. Antonio then. Here comes Antonio then. Staying on the ball here, Antonio.
We
got some pressure from Wellington Jr. In midfield here, Marcus Edwards.
没什么问题。又找我麻烦。
The number 19 of Portimonense, academy player from Portimonense, coming from Alcochete, who makes a season debut as a Portimonense player. And this the top flight here in Portugal, friends. Moving on the right. That was the first time pass. Trying to move forward now, and it's been given away. Marcus Edwards
又要进攻喽！又要，球又丢了。
Great reading and a lot of composure as well shown by Pedro.
打这葡萄牙打这队应该很轻松啊！刚人那么多都有办法进。
Sek. Here comes Sek. And goes further back. Pedro.
所以还是有办法的、哦，我们继续看下去哦。
No luck for the number 3.
来哟，回传，横将大脚一踢，给球，继续往前。我觉得他们会迂回的进，迂回的进，不会那么直接，就像他们刚刚在门前一堆人一样，迂回来回弹来弹去，然后最后再进球。因为他们的功力比较扎实，可以这样玩。如果是昨天的阿尔克马尔青年队，你这样玩看看，早就丢球了。他们还是可以追回来的。好，追回来了，继续哦，好好进攻哦，不准丢球哦。踢人。
Opportunity here on the right is Marcus Edwards. Wants to deliver across Marcus. All roads were blocked.
再来一球，上半1.5球。我喊出来了，上半1.5球。
I believe it's news of interest for the Sporting fans.
机会很高啊。
It's been recently stated that Sporting is expected to receive an income of around 30 million.
大姐化解。
Over the concept of the sale.
原本那个黄色的芒果人要进攻的。
There's allegedly a clause that is stated in case another team of the Portuguese Premier League signs and acquires the right of the player João Mario, then Sporting should receive a 30 million euro. And as prior to the sale of João Mario to Benfica, Inter announced that João Mario had extended his contract. Then should enter in effect. Let's see, friends, how it all unfolds. But Sporting, it could be an interesting income here generated by a former player now playing for their city rivals, Benfica. I think it would make up for the loss of João Mario, for what once he meant for the fans, for the club as well.
只要专心打球就好。
Captain of the rivals, and at least Sporting could welcome Demani. Now moving it from the back, it's Kosuke Nakamura here. Always controversial to leave Sporting to join Benfica, but it's certainly not the first case. Also heading to Porto. But I think it's a bit less dramatic to leave Sporting to join Porto, at least compared to what it is changing sides of the capital, moving to the red side of Lisbon. Gonzalo Inácio, Nuno Santos, Nuno here, completing the pass, finding Rochinha.
来哟，又要进攻喽，可以再一波，好吗？再一脚，上半1.5打出来。
Bit of a throwback to his days as a Famalicão player when he used to play as well in midfield in the line of 3. But since joining the Sporting, he took up in a more offensive role, played as a striker, had a wonderful debut season as a Sporting player, scored lots of goals. But now he's back in midfield. Irimasa Morita. There goes Morita with Marcus Edwards. To the right with Francisco Trincão. Esgaio. Trincão.
黄色人都拿不到球，好好笑。
On the left with Pedro Gonçalves. Porte attempting a long pass. Well repelled by Pedro. Collected now by Rochinha. Wanted to deliver across Rochinha. No luck.
来，角球对他们来说是一个好机会。
There is the former Vitória Guimarães player. Here's the attempt at first. Coming from Pedro Gonçalves and then Rochinha with a flawed first touch.
我会觉得眉毛缺一角，因为被我摸掉。
Relvas. This one is Kosuke Nakamura. In midfield we get Estrella. Back to Relvas. Puts it forward. Intervention now on the left, and it's being collected here by Wellington Jr. attempting here a shot. Utara. Option with Costa on the left. Utara picks it up. Back to Costa. We get an offside.
可是我跟你讲，跟到不好的男人呢，就是连回家都没有办法。
Well, friends, substitutes available for
因
selection
为
in
家
the
里面不
contest
赞
for
成他跟
Sporting
你
will
跟他
find
在一起，
Franco Israel, Matheus
然后
Reis,
你连回家的权利都没有。
Sotiris Alexandropoulos, Pedro Porro, Manuel Ugarte, Abdul Fatawu, Arthur Gomes, and Paulinho. Arthur Gomes then enters the matchday squad for the first time since making his move
你有
official
跟
from
大家
the
讲吗？最
studio
好笑的是，
to Sporting.
他说我是因为他很有钱，所以跟他在一起。
Could be on the brink of making his
他
debut
是我
then
交过
Arthur
男朋友
Gomes.
第一任里面最穷
Same
的。
for Paulinho. Not
最
his
穷
debut, but Israel return
我
and
其
marking his
我
return
的
after
其
an
他人都有
injury.
上那个
Paulinho
中
missed
华
some
黄页，
games in which Sporting
台湾
is
黄
struggled
页
up front.
他们的身家都有上台湾黄页，只有他没有。他在说他自己很有钱，是不是神经病？我真的遇到神经病，
Pedro Gonçalves.
真的很不想吐
Here
槽
comes
他。
Rochinha. Took it to the left and Nuno Santos ready to deliver a crossing. Here it comes. Intercepted by
来哦。
Pizarra by the number 17, Trincão, inside the box. Another chance for a Sporting. Trincão being confident. Well, this is the kind of mistakes that Portimonense must avoid at all costs and losing ball position when trying to play from the back. This time Estrella lost it. Nuno Santos here delivered the cross. There was a failed interception. Trincão picked it up, went for the shot, and Relvas could get to block it. Berke Oger, Pastor, Vinicius Shushuk, Diaby, Everton will continue afterwards. There was a clearance. Everton, Bruno Reis, Rui Gomes, Ricardo Matos, and Brian Jose. Those are the players available for selection in Portimonense, friends.
画好就好很多了。刚刚喷完那个香水，我整个人都好想睡，那迷魂香嘛。现在味道散一点，我才比较有精神。
Morita. Here comes Potti. Option on the left, option on to the right as well. Morita now. Luisneto, it's a brilliant pass. Trincao trying to tuck it. It was Gaio who went for it. Successfully intercepted. Now they grasped.
速度很快的一记传球，可惜脚步跟不上。
The goalkeeper was charging on the ball here to win it back. With all due respect, but I
芒果人一直拿不到球。
The name of some cities in Brazil. Arthur Gomes was born in Uberlandia. It's just like the company Uber. Well, he was born in Uberlandia. Then again, with all respect, it is always interesting to find these names of cities around the world. This one particularly in Brazil. Uberlandia. Gonzalo Inácio. Oh, well taken by Gonzalo.
又拿到球，好好的往前冲吧！大脚一开，球界。
He wasn't able to hold on to the ball, and here's this match good play. Watch this.
你看过球过得很漂亮，是不是？这队很扎实。
Former Rio Ave player who got to score midweek as well was one of the players that found the back of the net in their clash against the Gonzalez.
来哦！
Stopped him.
再来。
No luck. Goal scorers midweek. Marcus Edwards, precisely Trincao and Nuno Santos.
他体育打这队应该很轻松啊。
They were on the target.
打这个芒果人应该很轻松。
And I think it will give them a chance to get in a second bounce and a second start to the season after a bit of a frustrating original commencement to the campaign. Now here comes Trincao.
来哟，再一球。
Already found the gap. Passed it over Nuno Santos. Marcus Edwards a goal and an assist. That midweek match. Pedro Porro and Morita. Also provided assist. Now here comes Ricardo Gaio with the cross. That was the attempt.
差一点点，没关系，上半场时间还很多，大一点无球没有什么问题，没毛病。
First time pass, Ricardo Gaio's cross couldn't reach the position of Trincao.
哎，讲一下男朋友的坏话，马上就进球。
Those words. Some
people
called him in.
角球来哦！上一个就是角球进的。
The goalkeeper.
哎，怎么停住了？ 想好好看的不行吗？等一下哦，打得正精彩，给我停住了。先换动画了，再换视频。 还好只是暂时停住。
Back to Morita. Scanning the midfield here. Morita trying to find an option. Now it's been intercepted. Great effort made by Wellington Jr. Luquinha. The young Brazilian.
芒果人进不了球的，他那个脚法就很菜。你看他们争，他们挤。
Thumbs up anyway, coming from Lucinetto. Pedrão. Taken to the right here with Fat Mufi. There goes Mufi's pass, it's a long one, and Wellington Jr. with a brilliant first touch. Now facing Coates. Wins a corner kick here. Wellington Jr. will be headed to the right corner then, friends. The set piece now in favor of Portimonense. It is the first time for Francisco Trincao scoring in consecutive matches since the 2019-2020 season when he was playing for Braga. That time he scored against Marítimo Portimonense in Santa Clara.
芒果人好像带着仇恨的，带着仇恨能进球吗？那么恨，球还搞丢了，我操你妈！那么近也搞丢了，操你妈！哦，打我们掉了，就是他带着仇恨呢、好凶哦！从后人踢得不错，但是咱们门将也不是那个省油的灯。再一次角球被弹出去了，来哦！看那个动画，我真的播起来没力。看这个就好看多了，操你妈，好看100倍。
Well, Luquinha not really a striker, but more of a playmaker here. He's now left Carlos Jr. all alone here. Wellington Jr. actually.
芒果人想进球呢，没那么容易哦。人家葡萄牙回防很快哦，瞬间就回防。
Morita, Hirmasa Morita. Gonzalo Inácio appears here on the left. Back to Morita. Good reading of the play by Utada. Zie Utada. Back now with Lucinetto.
哦，继续葡萄牙进攻，再一球，上半拿1球，下半拿2球，4球拿好拿满，来了咯！
There's Gonzalo Costa, as we said before, making his debut, the academy player from Portimonense. Season debut for Gonzalo Costa, and almost found the back of the net out of this effort. Paulo Sergio saw it all of his getting into the goal here. Trincão. That was second first. Here comes a long delivery. Oh, it's a promising one. Wellington Jr. Great technique taken down. And it's not a foul according to the ref. Get up, he says.
没办法。
Well, he seemed to be quite sure of it.
谁叫他一个人想进攻又不够快？他想要单刀可以，速度要够快。那边犹豫当然是被包抄啊，傻子。
Inácio. Morita.
好，继续 Morita 是他。
Back to Morita. Here comes Hirmasa Morita, the number 5. Took it to the left, now back to the right.
他们都看得到背号几号，只有我们看不到。
Trincão. Ricardo Gaio.
好，继续。
Neto. This one is Gonzalo Inacio. Nuno Santos. Oh, Nuno Santos attempting a robotic here. Nuno Santos always finds the time.
可以。不要搞丢就好。接应哦。停球停得好。发生什么事？
I do not see any flag lifted. Oh, there was no handball. With his belly, he moved it forward. There's a previous pass. We had here.
重新打过了吗？
Long delivery from Sek. Great first touch by Wellington Jr.
葡萄牙体育可以哦。
Well, this one did look like a foul to me, actually. But Mr. Pereira disagreed.
芒果人想进球了，好啦，给他们进一颗啦，这样上半大1.5就完成了。上半大1.5谁都可以完成的，我只说上半大1.5。28分钟，芒果人该进一球，芒果人可以晚一点进没关系，但葡萄牙人一定要先进。芒果人来了。芒果人被拿下。
The first man on earth, and the first one indeed, at least inside the box. There's a previous pass, beautiful long pass, perfectly delivered by Pedro Gonçalves.
现在播这个我都紧张兮兮的。
whatsoever from Marcus Edwards in this attempt. Oh, and we see him about for a substitution. Well, look at that. Brian Rocher will be entering the game. And number 35, Rocher. Well, this is a strange substitution this early for Portimonense, 30 minutes in. But the player from Honduras will be entering the game. There goes the pass. New face for the season here, Brian Rocher. Last season he played for Nacional.
今天咖啡喝的太少了。
Nacional Madeira.
可是，一直喝咖啡，我一直想吃东西啊，恶性循环。
Well, we hear the speaker announcing a
不能一直喝
substitute.
咖啡。
Rocher entering the game. That was it for. Oh, well, that's it for Costa. Really? Gonzalo Costa's debut brought to an end then. One chance enjoyed it by the number 19. But that was it. Brian Rocher entering the game now.
芒果人的任意球吗？
I wonder why
哦，
Gonzalo
不是，
Costa was
葡萄牙人的，葡萄
He wasn't doing that
萄牙任意球。
Well, third game this season for Brian Rocher.
哦，他们很有自信呢，我觉得他们没在怕。
Gonçalves with the cross, well defended.
他们最擅长混乱的时候进球，
Ricardo Esgaio.
越乱越好进。
Nuno Santos. Back to Trinca.
他们没有很擅长单打哦，我发现葡萄牙人看过他们打了几场，觉得是这种人多的时候，他们最爱这时候进球，这时候都会杀了对方措手不及，他们很爱这样搞。他们真的很爱这样搞。
As always on Gold TV, of course. Inacio at first. Antonio Adan moves it forward. Well repelled by Strille. Luis Neto. Ricardo Esgaio. There goes Esgaio. Spotted Marcus Edwards. There's a lane for Marcus Edwards to pass it back to the right wing. And here comes Marcus. Already spotted an option on the left. Edwards wanted to do it all by himself. And way off the mark it was. Here's the replay, friends, of Francisco Trincao's goal that so far allows Sporting to enjoy a 1-goal advantage over Portimonense. took a slight deflection in Pedra, but proved to be crucial in order to help the chance of Francisco Trincão.
这是重播。
Luquinha.
上半场说还有一球的呢。
Taking all the way to the left, and this one is sick.
韩国人怎么老是不行呢
？Will be staying there. Good pressure from the number 14. He was not going to be on the ball, but at least he has kept the Sporting inside their own territory, inside their own half of the field. Morita. Here comes Morita. It's been stolen. Wellington Jr. having a go here. Wellington. Not the best chance here for Wellington. Not much angle to take a chance on target for the striker for Wellington Jr. The number 93.
坐垫都被我坐垮了，硬一点，好坐一点。
Position now. Mufi, Utada, back to Mufi.
再一球啊，再一球。
Attacking down the right flank, we await a cross, and here it comes.
这场必须大。
Rocher now became an option to win it inside the box. Goalkeeper picked it up. And there's Wellington Jr. and Mr. Paulo Sergio. Portimonense trying to bounce back after conceding a goal.
巴黎圣日耳曼跟那个一样。
Francisco Trincão finding the back of the net and allowing Sporting to get the lead. As we said, it was a 6th consecutive goal scored by Sporting in their last 3 matches, of course counting this one. Without conceding a goal from the opposition, that is a most important fact, I would say. Scoring goals in a row without allowing some in. Kosuke Nakamura. Morita. Rochinha. Nuno Santos on the left. Here comes Nuno Santos, but no one to deliver across to. I know that Paulinho has been largely questioned by the fans, but I think he could bring some interesting things to the table for Sporting at this point. You need a diversity of resources when you're attacking. Of course, Sporting have been very limited when it comes to crosses.
韩国人来一球。
Have to be indeed low crosses, because there is no real aerial strength in the box of the opposition for the Lions. Nor Rochinha, nor Francisco Trincão, nor Marcus Edwards are renowned headers. And perhaps Paulinho could compensate it. Of course, it is all up to coach Ruben Amorim. I think it would be interesting to see Paulinho playing for at least 20 minutes, see how he bounces back after that injury. Also, it would be interesting to see Arthur Gomes playing on the wings, the former Estoril player. Here comes Rocher, Luquinha. And that was Estrela. Well, they shot indeed. One to Estrelas. One to the Stars. There's a replay. This effort made by the number 30.
韩国人就差那么多。
Not much danger in the attacks of Portimonense. We're just
韩国人
fortunate
就
that
是
the
差那么
shadow
多
of。that team that managed to collect 4 wins out of their last 5 games, out of their first 5 games of the season. But what we're seeing now at the José Alvalade, it's not much of a dangerous side. Sporting haven't had much trouble controlling them. Perhaps a couple of chances enjoyed, but not really dangerous. I would say average chances. Portimonense need to improve, need to urgently improve in order to try at least and get a prospect of collecting a point out of the José Alvalade. Otherwise, Sporting will continue growing confidence and will stay as a dominating force in the match, which I would say it's the best scenario for the Lions. Not really struggling, passing the ball around at will. Morita has been calm, not much pressure on Idemasa Morita. Then the wingers, Trincão, Marcos Edwards, Rochinha.
两个一起迈向那个倒地吗？
And I don't think this Portuguese side, at least not the version we're seeing and now we're watching today, is the one that led them.
芒果人要反攻了吗？芒果人最后的8分钟要反攻了，芒果人，他穿的跟甩亚一样。
Gets ready to deliver a cross, and here it comes. Rocher was attacking the ball. Indeed, there was a foul. Rocher was grabbing it by the shoulder. Rocher says it was normal effort trying to win the position.
地盲人，我都叫他芒果人，因为这样比较好记。而且他穿的也很像芒果。
There's no power up front. Perhaps not the best decision made by Paulo Sergio. I believe that he immediately realized that making a substitution after 30 minutes says a lot about the initial thought.
身体有点撑不住了，3点那一场的吸引要播吗？
Playing both Wellington Jr. and Luquinha front was not going to even tickle the defenders of Sporting. There was no real danger using those two strikers. Even Sporting, we were talking about how limited Sporting are when it comes to crosses because they do not have a target man, a striker up front. It was pretty much the same for Portimonense. They had 2 mobile strikers, but no real target man that could give them perhaps an alternative in attacking. And when they had trouble passing and moving past the midfield line of Sporting, then they even faced a major struggle trying to beat 3 very physical defenders. Are of course Sebastián Coates, Gonzalo Inácio, Luis Neto. Therefore, we get Brian Rocher entering the game to try and bring alternatives in attack. And we just saw it. First movement was to deliver a cross from over the right and try to get Rocher headed in. That was the first reaction. It was quite clear what Mr. Paulo Sergio realized. And now here comes Trincao, watch out. Both sides are finding themselves with limited options, but of course Sporting are using them way better than what we've seen in Portimonense using their available options at the moment in attack.
西班牙人不是葡萄牙人很想进，葡萄牙人还是在来哦，差一点，是门将反应快，差一点。 你看这一脚被摸到了，所以偏了。应该很紧张吧？芒果人觉得有危险。上半场大1.5到底给不给啊？好，剩5分钟了，来一球啊！快点！ 单刀又进哦，进了，大1.5收米，漂亮，大1.5收米。下半场这2颗哦。 可以上大3.5，我觉得大3.5，大3.5。Not so sure either of the position of Trincao. Maybe right on the limit, you know. 我刚刚就是说有球的啊，是不是？上半场是大1.5，我有直接讲了嘛。大3.5，下半场大3.5。等一下，他现在是3.75，对不对？不用立刻上。大3.5，你觉得水漂亮你就进。And it counted, of course it did. Well, yes, it was a second too late. That is taken by Felipe Relves. Too bad for Portimonense, but well, what can we say? We could say that second goal of his Sporting well deserved. 芒果人要再反击1球吗？很难哦。 很难切入禁区了，怎么进球？葡萄牙体育很可以的，目前为止最爱的球队。黄卡一张，没差，都进球了，现在才给。哪有差？45分了。鞭炮头在生气。鞭炮头在气什么？这气顶不到球。来哦，哎呦！进攻犯规。给了黄卡，真是夸张，而且他还笑得出来。他是被踢耶，他还要承受这个 yellow card。他撞他哎，他在挑衅他，他不挑衅他就没事了。他可能觉得很生气，但是其实不用生气，你们都已经2分了。大声点我自己看得上啊，我没有在帮人家看水位的。大脚解围，不能再被进球了。上半场50几分钟。发生什么事？
A member of the technical staff. I understand because of excessive complaining coming after the yellow card shown to Nuno Santos, right? Well, Mr. Pereira already showed a red card, cartão vermelho. Well, these things happen. What can we say? A bit of an overreaction at first, showing the yellow card to Nuno Santos, but then the red card just comes along. We can't say if it was overreacting or not. We're not aware of the complaining from the assistant coach. And now we get another yellow card, of course. Well, a couple more. Okay, look at this. Roshinha, one of them. Calm down, Roshinha, calm down.
为什么又给黄卡？
Have been booked. In a yellow card giveaway made by Claudio Pereira, sponsored by Claudio Pereira. We just got 2 more. Here's a tackle. But this tackle was from Brian Jose. Pedrao push Roshinha. Roshinha push back, of course. Well, it was Goliath against the.
怎么一直都有拍？
Well, Roshinha and Pedrao then.
还真多哎。
Themselves a couple of yellow cards, 1 each. 3rd yellow card this season for Pedrao. 2nd one for the former Vitória Guimarães winger. It was the 1st one of the season for Nuno Santos, by the way.
韩国人没球了。
Was added. Almost none of it was played. So I assume we'll be going all the way until the 2nd minute has been fully completed. Now here comes Irimasa Morita. There goes the Japanese maestro. The midfielder.
葡萄牙人难讲。哦，葡萄牙人也休息了，上半场休息。吹哨了。
The Japanese players are starting to thrive in the Portuguese Premier League. Kenya Fujimoto as well, another name, other Japanese name in the competition. And now here comes Marcus Edwards.
哇，这句颜色非常有攻击性哎。 不然真的很恐怖。下半场真的有2球，然后这种踢法有2球了。好，休息了。
We get 2 goals after the first 45 minutes. Trincão scoring twice after a dominant display coming from a Sporting. It is 2-0 at halftime now, friends. And it is time for a quick break here on Goal TV. We'll be back with more of these contests. Sporting leading by 2 goals over Portimonense.
I've been expecting your call.
Will I get approved for this new credit card?
Listen, dude, just use Credit Karma. You'll see offers with your best approval odds.
Whoa. Well, hey, you're pretty good at this.
Find your next credit card on Credit Karma.
Claro, el aire acondicionado se descompuso en pleno verano. Qué bien que somos miembros de American Home Shield.
American Home Shield provee planes de servicio para el hogar que ayudan con los costos cuando se desgastan las partes de más de 20 sistemas y electrodomésticos, como nuestro aire acondicionado.
Ese inodoro no ha dejado de descargar por 3 horas seguidas. No es gran problema. Mi plan de American Home Shield cubre artículos sin importar cuán viejos son. Ya me duché hoy. Obtén una cotización gratis en ahs.com.
Today, los Dragones want to keep close to the leader, Porto, Chavez, Primera Liga, live, 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 p.m. Pacific, on Gold TV. This Sunday, El Papa Outcast wants to keep dreaming. Outcast, Emelec, Liga Pro, live, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 p.m. Pacific, on Gold TV. This Wednesday, El Bolso goes for the victory. Nacional, Boston River, live, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, on Gold TV. This Thursday, El Carbonero wants to return to the triumph. Liverpool, Peñarol, live, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, on Gold TV.
Welcome back, friends. It is Jose Alvalade sitting in Lisbon. 2-0 at the break, and would like to invite you to join us on our website, goldtv.tv, and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/goldtv, and of course, follow us on Twitter at goldtv for the latest and most complete information from the leagues around the world. Also on our YouTube channel on youtube.com/goldtv, you can find highlights of all our games and video blogs about football-related subjects. You can also find us on Instagram at goldtv. It is time for one quick break, and we'll be back with the best from the first half. It is 2-0 at halftime for Sporting over Portimonense. Stay there, stay tuned.
Soy Roxana García y agradezco muchísimo que nos acompañen. Y es probable que usted o algún ser querido esté viviendo a diario con dolor articular en su espalda, tal vez rodillas, hombros, manos. Si sufre de molestias y dolor en las articulaciones y ya no puede disfrutar de su vida como antes, hoy quiero hablarles sobre Omega Excel. Omega Excel es asombrosamente efectivo en el alivio al dolor y los síntomas de la inflamación y está respaldado por más de 35 años de investigaciones clínicas.
Yo empecé a sentir mis dolores hace como 3 años. Aquí en mis coyunturas, en mis dedos, los sentía inflamados. Gracias al Omega XL estoy como nueva, porque la verdad que es un producto buenísimo. Yo soy una nueva persona y me tiene como una muchacha de 15.
Si siente que tal vez tiene alguna limitación en la vida, siente que el dolor impide hacer cosas que quiere hacer, cosas que antes podía hacer y que ahora no puede, Omega Excel podría ser la mejor oportunidad para encontrar el alivio que ha estado buscando.
Padecía de unos dolores muy fuertes en la rodilla, los dolores eran insoportables. Yo tengo un promedio de 15 años consumiendo Omega Excel. No he tenido más problemas con las rodillas. Te lo recomiendo. Funciona.
No permita que el dolor limite sus actividades. Disfrute de la vida, usted se lo merece. Obtenga el alivio que necesita con Omega Excel.
Ingresa a omegaexcel.com/Roxana D3 o llame al número en su pantalla para recibir nuestra nueva oferta. Compra una botella de Omega Excel y recibe otra gratis. Son 2 botellas por solo $39.95. Además, recibirás una botella gratis de Vitamin Excel D3. Son 2 botellas de Omega Excel más una botella de Vitamin Excel D3 con un valor de más de $107. Y si llamas ahora, paga solo $39.95 en el primer envío.
Esta, se lo decimos de corazón, es su mejor oportunidad.
Llame al número en su pantalla para recibir nuestra nueva oferta.
Chepe.
Look at el team. Look at the transition. Bravo. Hernández. Hernández for Wanderers. Fast break transition, baby, for the Bohemians. Oh my Lord, what a goal! What a goal this is for Wanderers. It is 2-2. We have 4 goals tonight at Parque Viera. And the leaders of the Intermedio and the Group A are telling Peñarol that they don't care one bit about the reigning champions. They don't care one bit about the winningest team in the nation. They don't care anything. Look at that.
Today, Los Toreros want to return to the triumph. Barcelona, Macará, Liga Pro, live, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, on Gold TV. This Sunday, Los Cremas go for the 3 points. Sport Boys Universitario, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, on Gold TV. This Wednesday, El Bozo goes for the victory. Nacional, Boston River, live, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, on Gold TV.
We're back here, friends, at the José Alvalade Stadium. What a lovely view. I have to say this is one of the most beautiful stadiums in Portugal. Now let's head over the highlights reel of the first half. There's the referee. And early on, over the 7th minute, we would get the first goal of the match. Enrique Joko with the clearance, and this beautiful volley struck by the number 17, Francisco Trincao, scoring his first goal of the season. Trincao really performing quite well, Trincao, this contest. I would say the man of the match so far after the first 45 minutes, helped by a rebound, of course, in the number 44, Pedrão. Far from over it was, because over the 24th minute, we had this opportunity for Costa, Gonzalo Costa. A chance here for Portimonense, trying to chip it over the goalkeeper Antonio Dan, but there was no luck. Over the 40th minute, Nuno Santos here with the effort. It was clearly deflected by the goalkeeper, by Kosuke Nakamura. But the referees, of course, I thought otherwise. I say, of course, because it happens more often than it should. And then, friends, a minute later, Sporting would find a second reward in the contest. Francisco Trincao would find the back of the net. A great counter-attack at this one. Here's a controversial play. I would have loved to watch the VAR image of this position, of the position of Rochinha, prior to setting up Francisco Trincao for the second goal of Sporting. Friends, what matters is that it counts, and it is 2-0, of course, at halftime for the Lions over Portimonense. The stats: 4 shots for the home team and 1 for the visitors. 1 offside for the away side as well. 8 fouls of Portimonense, 2 only of Sporting, 2 yellow cards for the home team, 1 for the visitors. Nuno Santos and Rochinha for Sporting, Pedrão in Portimonense. Now, friends, it's time for one more break. We'll be back with more. Stay there.
Psychic Master Mike, I've been expecting your call.
Will I get approved for this new credit card?
Will you...
Wait, what? Is there a new card in my future?
Listen, dude, just use Credit Karma. You'll see offers with your best approval odds.
Whoa. Hey, you're pretty good at this.
Hey, darling. I see something cheesy in your future.
That's oddly specific.
I hope you're not lactose intolerant.
Find your next credit card on Credit Karma.
Big chance. No. Espinosa. And el Choclo Quintero. Oh. Big space. Oh, the first one. The first one is for the Avos. For the Avos, Alexis. Down 1-0. After the second attempt for Alexis Alvarado, and the two magicians, Alexis and Danny Luna. Oh yes, baby, sensational, sensational way to take the lead for Liga de Quito. Oh. My lord, look at this strike.
Los Dragones want to get close to the leader, Porto, Chavez, Primera Liga, live, 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 p.m. Pacific, on Gold TV. This Sunday, Pacific, on Gold TV. This Wednesday, El Bolso. Goes for the victory. Nacional, Boston River. La.
怎么又不行了呢？我在整理就够了啊。
I'd like to take time to remind you all that you can join us this Tuesday to relieve all the action from the round 6 of the premier 45 minutes of this very interesting clash that sees Sporting in the lead by 2 goals over Portimonense. Stay there.
只有这种球赛比较正常。
Live sweepstakes. For rules on how to enter, visit 5HELive.com.
Hablemos sobre enderezar dientes. ¿Por qué cuestan tanto algunas marcas? Smile Direct Club cuesta 60% menos que nuestro...
Como mi ropa, bolsas y mucho más. Es tan fácil que solo toma un minuto subirlo. La verdad, no puedo pensar en otro ingreso extra. Mejor.
Today, Los Toreros want to return to the track. On this Sunday, Los Celestes want to remain on the tour. Sporting Cristal. Cienciano, live, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. On Gold TV. All you want to know Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. On Goal TV. The best synthesis of everything happened in Portuguese football. All goals. Testimonies. Portugal. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific.
And with Yandesa on the left side of the story for Arete Tarma! Yandesa sensation! No! Magical finish from Desa! Oh my lord, this is a world-class finish! An absolute world-class finish! What a top spin! Sensational finish! The perfect rainbow! Andesa with a world-class finish! Look at this! Look at the technique from this guy! Look at the technique! It's just absolutely filthy that golf on you!
Friends, votamos para o José Valari. We're back here at the José Valari. We're ready for the next and last 45 minutes of this contest. Sporting will be making taking changes, but of course a larger ring number. I believe that Portimonense will be making 3
3点那
changes,
场我要
3
休息了，
substitutions.
我太累了，今天播很多场。
At halftime on Twitter, friends, you're always invited to join us at halftime to debate the first half, to talk about the second part of the game as well. At Goal TV, at Oyola_Manuel. To join us, Gonzalo Inacio, not featuring for what's ahead of the contest. That's it for Gonzalo Inacio, Matthews and Rayhead. Friends,
昨天都没睡好，昨天到底在干嘛？
as it was also anticipated, we're getting changes as well in Portimonense, 2 substitutions at least.
大概是想要那个离开的事情，想到睡不着。
will be entering the game. We got Everton and Mohamed Diaby. Let's see. Well, Diaby is central midfielder. Perhaps that was it for Estrella. There's Roshinha too, discussing things with the referee, with Mr. Claudio Pereira. 3 yellow cards are shown, all 3 of them in the last 2 minutes of normal time in the first half. Pedrao and Roshinha alongside Nuno Santos, all 3 of them booked. Well, friends, it's officially underway. We get the second half of the contest. Sporting Club and Portimonense. Round 6 of the Primeira Liga here on Goal TV. We're live for the United States and Canada. Manuel Oyola on the commentary here. As we watch the Lions taking on Portimonense. Portimonense arrived in a great form, in a great run of form to this contest. But we haven't seen any of it in the match. Or we got Estrella leaving the field as expected. Joko, Enrique Joko as well out. Everton and Mohamed Diaby. Now the replacements.
我来看一下那个西班牙人的水位，就是葡萄牙人的水位。
We were saying
我们这一直讲的西班牙，我真的是没睡饱。
that substitutions are respected and also needed for Sporting. Because the upcoming challenge against Tottenham Hotspur will see them taking on a side that is not performing over the weekend. That is happening due to the recent events that took place in the United Kingdom. The sad passing away of Her Majesty the Queen it led to this round, the round of games over the weekend in the Premier League in the English football system to be postponed. And that means that Tottenham Hotspur, the upcoming rivals of Sporting in the Champions League, will be taking on the scene over the weekend. Of course, the players are rested, will be getting to the match well rested. A game that will be taking place here at the Giuseppe Valade. And so some substitutions are needed for this second half. And I say needed indeed, because some people are players for Sporting to get some fresh legs for the midweek clash. It's a very important game for Sporting, I have to say. I do believe that given the circumstances, the current circumstances in the Premier League, Sporting will be betting hard on their performance in the Champions League, right? And so we were thinking, also some of the fans as well that join us, some of the viewers and the Sporting fans that join us at halftime, talking about substitutions, have made their suggestions to see which players could be joining the rest of their teammates in the field. Perhaps Sotiris Alexandropoulos could be entering the game. It could be also time for Arthur Gomes, a debut. Arthur Gomes available in the bench. I personally would like to see Paulinho taking on the scene in this second half. Would be interesting to see Paulinho entering the game. I think it's an ideal scenario for him to start his recovery, but no recovery in the sideline, but his recovery on his level of performances. But the best way than taking on a game. This 2-goal leader for a Sporting, this 2-goal advantage. I think it provides a great scenario for him, for Paulinho to re-enter the dynamic of the team. Now this was a tough clash over Luis Neto. It's a concerning look at the one we get of the defender. Luis Neto could have damaged his left knee. Luis Neto is very frustrated. This is of course going against the plans for coach Ruben Amorim. Pedro Porro already warming up. Let's recall, friends, that Matthews Reis has entered the game. Ricardo Escaio and Pedro Porro will be teaming up on the right. Should a substitution be needed for Luis Neto? There's a replay that says the damage on the number 13. Ooh, yes. There it is. Immediately Neto felt that, yes, the toll on his left knee. In a lot of pain. Luis Neto is not looking good for the central defender. Now looking more counter, but frustrated still, and we see him in a lot of pain at the moment. He's going to test it out. Had already taken a casualty this game, and this is the kind of things that you want to avoid at all times and at all costs as well. It's injuries on players, especially when you're playing on 3 fronts as a Sporting. Taça de Portugal, you've got the Champions League, you've got the Premier League as well. And these injuries that could mean lengthy absences for the players. Seriously, take a serious toll on this squad. It limits your options. Well, let's wait and see what happens with Luis Neto. We are 3 days away of Sporting's next clash. Next game will be against Tottenham Hotspur, as we said. Well, Pedro Porro could potentially become a substitute entering the game. I would say it's also very important for Sotiris Alexandropoulos to perhaps enjoy some more game time here. Another man down, and it's Roshinha. Well, what a second half we're having for Sporting. Ooh, look at that. Very aggressive from Murphy. I believe not noticed by the referee. That's an easy yellow, let me tell you. Claudio Pereira should have saved some for the second half. Already showed one to Sek a couple of minutes ago, and I believe that Murphy should be entering, should be getting his name in the book right as well. Well, Luis Neto comes back. Let's see if Neto will manage to keep him playing. Pedro Porro already warming up, just in case. St. Just is not in the list, otherwise it would have been a logical replacement for Luis Neto. Francisco Trincão. José Martínez Marza, born in Spain. The defender is an option, the number 63. Available option for coach Ruben Amorim. Well, that was it for Luis Neto. This is really sad. Luis Neto very affected by the current circumstances. Luis Neto won't be able then to continue playing. He felt it. It took damage to his left knee. It's a really concerning look, this one. We know that knees are very delicate. Could mean lengthy spells on the sideline for players. Look, Luis Neto is visibly frustrated. He's affected by the current pain he feels by this injury. With the real impact of the injury as well. We're going to get a couple of changes. We get a glimpse of the instructions given by Coach Amorim, by the technical member of the technical staff, as a matter of fact. A quick review of what is expected of Pedro Porro, Emmanuel Ugarte, and from everyone here at Goal TV who wishes speedy recovery. For Luis Neto, a true warrior at the back of a Sporting, really sad to see a player walking off the field injured. And as affected as Luis Neto is both physically and emotionally. And here's the image. Oh, just look at the left knee. You could tell that it was bad, and right from the start Luis Neto felt it. It was a tough clash against the Sec. And that's it for Luis Neto. We get Pedro Porro and Manuel Ugarte as well entering the game. That was it for Luis Neto. Well, things are not working out for Sporting, at least not at 100%. Sure, they want to avoid injuries. They've already got one. That was it for Roshin as well. Manuel Ugarte was a player we got inside. Yes, there's Manuel Ugarte. So we assume Potti will be now performing in a more attacking role. Pedro Porro stays on the right. Ricardo Esgaio will become the third center back. And now here comes an option for Pedro Gonçalves. There goes Potti. They try and score a goal. Now Potti, Francisco Trincão, not aware of the position of the number 14 sack. There's Matheus Reis already on the ball. Now after this injury, of course, if I were Ruben Amorim, I'd be considering substitutions for both Pedro Gonçalves and Marcus Edwards, for Potti and Edwards. No need to expose them to this risk. Portimonense, of course, will try to pull a goal back. They will be more aggressive in the second half. And it's, of course, something that we do understand, because they need to collect points. They will want to improve their performances. They will want to steal it in more crucial zones and more crucial areas, so we can expect a lot more aggressivity and a lot more intensity as well from the players of Portimonense. Now, in the light of that scenario, is it really necessary for Pedro Gonçalves and Marcus Edwards to stay in the game? I think it's better to consider more substitutions for Sporting. There are options in the bench. Then again, Arthur Gomes, Paulinho. And we get Sotiris Alexandropoulos as well as one of these options. You get Fatawu too. So changes could be perfectly made. Well, for what it's worth, 3 changes made on each side. For instance, 3 substitutions for Sporting, 3 in Portimonense. Now temos mais canto. Corner kick awarded to Sporting here. Coming from over the right, there's Sebastian Coates. The Uruguayan tower, Coates, Ugarte, Matheus Reis Marcus Edwards to deliver across, and here it comes. Well defended. It was Relvas at the back. Here comes the Pedro Porro.
组队在那边搅来搅去的。
The line of 3 will see Coates playing in the middle. On the left we'll get Matheus Reis. On the right, Ricardo Esgaio, Pedro Porro, and Nuno Santos will be the wingbacks.
还有很多分钟，可以再聊。
Pedro Gonçalves takes the left wing. Right wing there taken by Marcus Edwards, and Francisco Trincao will be playing in the role that used to be performed by Rochinha, taking the central lane in attack. That is the new formation we see in Sporting. Ugarte and Morita then again teaming up in central midfield. Pote back in attack. For Portimonense, there are no significant changes. Mohamed Diaby will be taking up the role of the anchor man in midfield. He's the central defensive midfielder. Going to be his position, replacing Joku in that place. Estrella has yielded his place to Everton. We do expect Everton to perform the same role as Estrella did. But then again, it's pretty much the same for Sporting, just change of a man, of a players, no real tactical changes, as we've seen now in Sporting. Here comes Pedro Gonçalves, Pote, Trincão, back to Pote. Here comes Pote entering the box and having a go. Pote, well, wide off the mark.
有人躺草。
There's a good Pedro Gonçalves. And friends, a little reminder that you can stay here on Goal TV, because after this match, we'll continue enjoying more games of this Primeira Liga. We'll have the Dragons, Porto taking on Chaves. That is the upcoming game that will be taking place right after this contest. Sporting now taking on Portimonense. And then Porto, Football Club Porto.
我觉得芒果人的脚法比较杂乱一点。他虽然说也是想要有系统的进攻，可是他们常常都是一直打不到对方的阵地，都还在外面徘徊，一直进不去，所以就一直没办法打出好的进攻这样。对芒果人火气很大。
Better not to tell you guys, but Wellington Jr. was nicely telling
芒果人的任意球，芒果人。
Very angry was Wellington Jr. All of you, I see most of the fans, most of the sporting fans, most of the viewers who get here on Goal TV understand at least a bit of Portuguese.
芒果人没有顶到，没有任何人顶到。芒果人差太远。
With that interesting conversation featuring Wellington Jr. and Ricardo Esgaio. Now, friends, we're approaching the hour mark here. This is the look in utter despair of Luis Neto. In a lot of games, we've seen it many times. Knee injuries are so delicate, are so dangerous as well for players. And Luis Neto is not getting any younger, so. Here comes a cross delivered by Sek.
这脚太远了，直接出去。
Number 14 here.
这个鞭炮头真是不死心。
We got changes, friends.
换人了，换人了。只换2个。
And it's the comeback, no two.
OK 的。
Two changes only. Paulinho enters the game. It is the return.
唯一的东方脸孔。
Alexandropoulos. We'll enjoy more game time here. There's Sotiris. That was it for Marcus Edwards. I believe a move in the right direction. The same for Edi Massa Morita. We get Alexandropoulos. This changes as well, hinting at which players that will be taking part of the upcoming game in the UCL in the Champions League midweek. Morita leaving the game. Morita could be among the options. The same for Marcus Edwards, though. Although that's obvious.
买了染发剂要拖2个月再用一次，不然肾脏会不好。
A target man up front for a sport. Let's see Paulinho's comeback. It's a fruitful for the Lions. Now there goes Pote. Well stopped by Pedro.
要进攻哦。
Well, there will be no debut for Arthur Gomes.
等队友到再给球，这是对。
33 already 5 changes made in the Sporting. Matthews Reis, Sotiris Alexandropoulos, Pedro Porro, Manuel Ugarte, and Paulinho. All 5 of them already in the field. Arthur Gomes will have to wait a little longer at least. next weekend, perhaps, to make his debut in the Primera Liga. That was cold-blooded from Kosuke Nakamura, the Japanese goalkeeper. Not feeling nervous at all. Now Wellington.
这场应该还有2球的61分钟，剩30分钟，有可能吗？
Kosuke Nakamura and this risky play.
不能再有伤兵，芒果人太凶了，才会有伤兵。没伤兵的话，应该早就有第3球了。
I mean, these are fun to watch for neutral viewers. But if you, for example, for the sporting fans, you see Antonio then doing this under heavy pressure. I'm pretty sure that most of you would be sitting on the edge of their seats, right? Wishing that Antonio then played it simple. Make a pass, straight line pass, and that's it. But will this, if pulled off, it's a huge boost of confidence for goalkeepers, of course. Now here comes Sek.
下一场休息哦，我太累了。
Now Wellington. Not the right decision made by Junior. Nuno Santos now taken down, but the ball stays in possession of Sporting. Pedro Gonçalves.
你不能播那么多场，觉得
It's Matthews race
会死
now.
亡。
Nuno Santos. Here comes Nuno. Staying on the ball. Portimonense can still make a couple more changes. Vinicius Shusuk. Pastor Berkeosher, Bruno Reis, Rui Gomes, and Ricardo Matos. Those are the substitutes that could still enter the game. Well, a tough man like Nuno Santos hurt here in this play. Now there goes Pedro pouring. Here comes pouring. A wonderful display of power.
配合哦。歪了。
Bounced off a defender.
有机会进球的。
After a month in the sideline.
配合1秒钟。
As a matter of fact, he did not play for Sporting since the opening weekend of the Primera Liga, since the opening round. His last participation for the Lions was back in that 3-3 draw to Sporting Braga. It's been a while without Paulinho, indeed.
没有配合好，歪了。
We get across.
拿了一个很近的角球的机会。
Now it's a Pedro Gonçalves with a delivery, and there goes the header, a dangerous one indeed.
是不是弹来弹去又要进球？吓死了！
enjoying this opportunity. There it goes.
他们的头球真的是会进的那一种。
Really close to the target. Paulinho has been out for so long that with this match, watch out, and here comes Paulinho with a backheel pass, Trincao for the hat-trick, and it's been cleared off the line. Really put his body over on the line here, Paulinho.
差点要进了。
It was a Pedro. Well, what a mistake at this one. Javi losing the ball under pressure, taken over by Paulinho, backheel pass, Trincao with the finish. And right over the line, it was Pedro with his heroic defense.
这球射得很漂亮，可是被挡住了。
Right on the line, prevented Sporting's third goal over the
有得到角球的机会。
Here comes another cross. Trincao went wide. We were saying Paulinho has been out for so long that this is barely his second goal of this season. As many as Sotiris Alexandropoulos. And here's the replay. I thought Paulinho was going to have a go by himself. But he decided to pass it over Trincao. And Trincao, Xisco Trincao with this opportunity. But Pedro left his body on the line here.
差一点，
Prevented a third goal.
差点就第3球，非常厉害。葡萄牙体育很扎实。
From this Portimonense player Pedro. Well, in the end, this is what you want from your defenders, right?
几乎每个人都能进球，葡萄牙体育每一个人都能进球，不是只限于只有1-2个球员能进，他们是很自由的，谁都能进。这两队的实力差就在这边。
5 shots on target for Sporting in the match so far. Pedro. Movie.
66分，再打个2球出来吧。
This one is Luquinhas. Lovely first touch by
韩国人也想进球。
Everton, Wellington, back to Everton, Wellington, intercepted by Manuel Ugarte.
韩国人实在是传球太谨慎了，他不是属于打自由球类型，像葡萄牙体育的球路就非常自由，你永远猜不到他下一球想怎么进，你不知道他的角球想怎么进，他的任意球想怎么进，你永远猜不到，因为他们有各种花式的进法，单刀他们也能进，你知道吗？
Now here comes Nuno Santos, a good block, coming from the side at this time. Pedro Gonçalves now back to midfield, teaming up here with Manuel Ugarte. Nuno Santos got an offside position, yes, at least a couple
这
of
是
steps
属于
ahead.
花式的
Pedro stood
打
there
法。
in order to make this offside trap
葡
effective.
萄牙人的球员，我觉得应该经过非常扎实的各种训练。
Complaining at the delayed decision at the
然后现在排名虽然在后面，
by-
可是应该很快就会
by
爬
the
上来
ref.。I do understand his frustration, but players have to get used to. They still have support coming from the VAR. The VAR will check it out again. But of course, when you're playing, you forget about that. You really don't care about it. You want linemen to make call right away. Now here comes Sotiris Alexandropoulos. Lost it, Alexandropoulos. Sotiris already going after the ball. The former Panathinaikos
好，我们继
midfielder.
续看。
Exciting player, Sotiris. Sek. Manuel Ugarte ready to his steals.
葡
Here
萄
comes
牙
an option now for
人
Pedro
来
Gonçalves. Franco
哟，
Perazzões.
又
The
被
ball
踢走了。
para Manuel
刚
Ugarte.
跑着跑着把球追丢了，
There was an opportunity for
没有人
Porto
接应
here.
就自己进。
Frustrated Porto want to score goals. Manuel Ugarte, a third interception
犯规
already by the number 15. He's been impressive since coming off the bench. Manuel Ugarte here. Very convincing performance.
又有
With
9分
Uruguayan
了。
midfielder, the former Phoenix player. Paulinho, Trincão. Pedro Porro with Paulinho. There goes Paulinho holding on to the ball. Paulinho, Pedro Gonçalves, and this one is Sotiris. Sotiris, there goes the Greek man. To the left here with Nuno Santos. Support arriving from Sotiris. Nuno stays on the ball. Matthias Reis, he wants to shoot from distance here. Matthias put it on the right. Impossible to reach for Pedro Porro. We get a goal kick here. There's a Pedrito Porro.
再来，再来。
No longer with a mustache, right? Here's a replay of this opportunity for Pedro Gonçalves. First touch was not the best. Was quite uncomfortable as well as he was under pressure. Now friends, we're 20 minutes away from the end of regulation. It is 2-0 for Sporting over Portimonense. Advantage for the Lions. So far enjoying a 2-goal
20分钟，10分钟有各一球。
With this result, and should it be kept until the end,
韩国人换人了。
will be facing their first defeat in in 6 rounds. Their second defeat in 6 rounds. Their first defeat in their last 4. Well, with this one of 5 matches. They enjoyed a 4 consecutive winning streak, coming to an end. As Utara's participation in the match, that was it for Zie Utara.
韩国人就是这样，
Fourth change made.
他没有很认真要进球，我觉得他是有认真，但是不是在琢磨那个对手的球路，因为对手球路太多变了，他们根本就忙于疲乏的去对应，所以就没有办法好好打，可以说是有缺点吧。好，我们继续看啊。
With this one, we get the second one used. And now here comes the pass, and Rigomish with a beautiful first touch. And here comes Rigomish coming inside, coming out to the right, enters the box. Gomes is stopped by Manuel Ugarte.
又中断了进攻，这个抢断蛮漂亮的。葡萄牙体育还是行的。葡萄牙体育又一球了，怎么进的？3球，我说下半场还有这一球4球的。 3.5球你们有上了吗？
Rocher was brought into the game in order to give options, to give alternatives to Portimonense in attack.
果然还有一球，但这球怎么进的？怎么看？我看一下。
So then again, poor Gonzalo Costa saw his
打回去一定是没什么问题，但应该是打出来之后掉的球。
Pedro, Kozuke Nakamura. This one is Mohamed Diaby. Everton back to Diaby. Intercepted by Manuel Ugarte.
被抢断了，又被抢断了。
Was a Tiris. We have to give credit to the great
单刀
with a good reading of the play.
配合头球进！我你妈，这样头球那么远也能进，太强了！葡萄牙体育不是开玩笑的。 太强了！葡萄牙体育的那个头，然后每天都练铁头功，是不是？说要进就进，要瞄准就瞄准。我操你妈，太强了！芒果人气噗噗，芒果人很气耶，一定还有这一球的。刚刚就在看，想说葡萄牙怎么还没有进第3球，应该是差不多时间段。 那个波段差不多，一定是还有在一球的，就是林峰啊，林峰这个芒果人4-0，或者是芒果人再踢一球，但是我觉得芒果人配合的不太好，有点难，他没有办法像葡萄牙，你看这么多遍这种头球都能进，那么远的头球，他们也都傻了，他们以为会用脚进的。 就人家用头进，加西郎，我就说葡萄牙体育打得非常多元吧。刚刚是讲他们很花俏，各种花俏的打法。你看这么远的头球都能进，太强了。 一定在一球，又是那种出其不意的奇怪的球。葡萄牙体育今年有踢欧冠吗？有啊，有踢欧冠，才赢了，赢那个什么，赢法兰克福。对啊，我还蛮期待葡萄牙体育的，因为我觉得他体力很好，第一点，第二点他的花式。 他的花式招数很多，你想到的打法，他都可以打得出来。好，拿下。葡萄牙体育大概都是。啊！又进球，4-0，我们3.5收米，谢谢。大3.5收米。葡萄牙人大3.5收米。 这球怎么进的？我们来看一下。基于保守心态，我不会再追了。我们这一场已经赢3球了，出盘大1.5，然后大3.5都收了。这个收3单了。这个有老铁粉的都来我直播间的都收米了，不是老铁粉的就没办法。我看这球怎么进的，配合脚进，配合脚进成功。你看上一秒用头进，然后他们以为他又要用头进，结果他就用脚进，我的妈，吓死人了！葡萄牙体育真的很强，这一次在欧冠可以。 期待他们的表现，你看他们打花式打法非常的多样，头脚什么样都来，打配合、单刀都行。好，配合传球，这个是一个刁钻角度的进球哦，很斜哦，但还是把它射进去，非常的强啊！我就是喜欢葡萄牙体育这个队伍，不会演主播真的是很喜欢这支队，因为他们打法不会让你觉得他们都用同一招，像 拜仁或是曼城都很喜欢用同一招在进球，还有大巴黎，特别是大巴黎。大巴黎只要 C 罗跟姆巴佩没有配合，就进不了球，其他人是不会进球的。跟你说，大家都发懒不进球。但葡萄牙体育是每一个人都能进，每一个人都能进。你刚刚前面都在发呆嘛，因为我知道他们后面都会进球。真的好看呢，葡萄牙体育进的每一球都精彩，都精彩。你们4.5哦，自己要上的自己去上了，我是没有要鼓励大家去上的哈。
And it's great for Sporting as they will be now looking forward to playing against the Tottenham Hotspur.
因为他们应该也不会赶尽杀绝，因为足球体育讲的是一个武士道精神，我觉得有点讲武士道精神，就是不会把人家赶尽杀绝，要讲武德，对，讲武德，不会不讲武德。赶尽杀绝就是打人家10几球那种。来哦，是不是又要再一球？大5会不会凑满？如果对方真的太弱，要打5球，那也没办法，就命中注定了。太好看了。芒果人不会有球的，不要再想芒果人有球了。打得好的是葡萄牙体育。
We're 12 minutes away from the end of regulation, friends. As Sporting are at 3 points bound in this Primeira League. Second victory in a row in the domestic competition. They will be making it to 10 points, momentaneously leaping past Estoril, Casapia, Chaves, Boavista, and Vitória Guimarães.
芒果人也想进球，就凭你。芒果人要想进球，就凭你。30分钟就结束了。
Will likely stay in 12 out of 6, and Sporting will be making it to 10 out of 6 games. Well, 10 points. You're on the right now. It was Pedro at first. It's been given away by Everton. Nuno Santos.
真没想到可以踢得那么好。要再一球吗？葡萄牙人再一球啊！没有5个不礼貌，我们要基于礼貌轰他5球。
Taking all the way to the left. Here Everton trying to win it back as Sotiris, and there goes Sotiris. Bounced off the Greek midfielder. We get a throw in inside for Portimonense.
芒果人没球，芒果人没球。
What's ahead of the road for Sporting, friends?
芒果人很忙，没球。
The aforementioned clash against Tottenham in the Champions League. Then after that game against Tottenham, they'll be visiting Boavista, the Estadio do Século XXI.
那4.5你们是自己上哦，我不管哦，不属于我这边哦。那3.5我有讲了哦，出盘有上哦，1.5啊，2.5啊，然后3.5啊，都有收了，全收了，没有收半的，都收全。
Then back in the road against Rio Ave in Villa do Conde. Those are the upcoming.
角球还真不少，角球不少又能进球，真的是厉害。
Then Porto, and then Rio Ave. In the league, of course.
角球他们也会进的。
In the Primeira Liga, we get Boavista first. At the Dubesa Século XXI, then at home here back at the Alvalade to take on Gil Vicente. A trip to Ponta Delgada awaits to take on Santa Clara, and then back at the Alvalade one more time to host Casapia. Those are the next 4 rivals of Sporting in the Primeira League.
小球也收米，真的是很不错。
Here's a replay, friends, of this, the fourth goal of his sport in a brilliant
进球
shot
非常的
indeed
快，不拖泥带水。
by this man, by Nuno Santos. There is Nuno. Yes, it was here. Here comes Nuno.
再来，
Alexandropoulos. That was
你说
Sotiris.
真的是没办法，要真的很专心。
Pedro Porro. Many top performers for his sport
他们现在
today.
双方在僵持，我觉得可能会僵持到
The man of the
结
match
束
would
吧。
say the complete standout is
因为有一方不让进啊，芒果人全部都塞在家里耶，
huge contribution
塞满满。
pivotal for the win, at least, in
像
building
相
it
较
during
之
the
下
first
啊
half.
我觉得葡萄牙人他就没有塞那种，他们每个人都很有空间的在发挥，每个人都各司其职，都在自己的岗位上踢得很好，所以他们进球是非常平均的。我看一下，对啊，
I would say my top 3 players and for this game, the top 3 players of the match.
换上来的人也有进球。
Pole position for Francisco Trincao. Second place goes to Pedro Gonçalves, and the third
换了5个人上来，
the third position belongs
葡萄牙体育真的是很强。
Those are my top 3 players of the contest, and of course, friends, would like to hear from you. Join us on Twitter @Oyola_Manuel. Let us know which players you
来哦，继
consider
续。
you recon a feature in your top 3.
我是希望他继续踢啊，但是感觉很难，因为芒果人全部都出来了。芒果人没有进球能力，芒果人在生气。我都会帮他们取绰号哦，因为这样比较好记。但他们名字太长了，有一些都很难记。
Porto will be taking on Chaves. That is the next contest. After this
哦，
match,
被零封，芒果人被零封了。
Porto will be hosting Chaves, and now here comes an option.
来哦，芒果人，再被干一球吧，芒果人。这个老黑不喜欢被进球。Keep up。
This dangerous cross well repelled.
老黑不喜欢被进球，那个表情非常气。芒果人想进球，但葡萄牙不让他进。
Now we expect the cross here. Pedro Porro with the delivery. That was the charge from Manuel Ugarte. Sent all the way to the position of Antonio Dana.
剩5分钟的时间了，会有一点补时，因为中间有人受伤。但不会补太久。芒果人没办法进球。
Now there's the foul over, so Sotiris treated him well. Way too aggressive was Mohamed Diaby. And the play is back on, and here comes the
又要来了
chance
吗？
on
又
the
要来了吗
left. It's Trincao. Cut it inside, Trincao.
配合吗？
Pedro Gonçalves, Nuno Santos, back to Pote. Interception well
又把他
missed
顶
here.
进去，那个老黑真的很气，他就觉得不应该被进球。
On the midfield. Continues to go down the left. And here comes an
还有
option
农
for
业，
Wellington Junior. Here
卡
comes
萨
the
雷斯农业，
No luck for
农业也进球了，农夫也进球了，农夫都进球了，只有芒果人不进球。
with the cross, an option for Roshin. The only chance for
被拿下，他一脚踢，然后马上被拿下。我操，芒果人真的是带水。芒果人想破个蛋都没办法。 芒果人踢到脚抽筋。
Felipe Relves has some cramps on the ground.
葡萄牙体育控球，要零封，要零封，葡萄牙体育请零封，芒果人。芒果人的朋友受伤了，在抽筋。
Interesting that surprise inside of Portimonense that took the whole league by surprise in the opening 5 games of this season, first 5 matches.
伤停补时不会少。
Which he felt the crap here. Oh, and also clashed against Murphy.
AC 米兰有来一球，不错。AC 本来就会进的。
Well, waiting for the game's resumption. Here's Mr. Amorim. We just got a glimpse at Francisco Trincão. Last few minutes.
但我们今天打的球不多，这场就收3单了。
For both teams, of course, Portimonense need to bounce back immediately. The Sporting will be taking their focus to the Champions League now. What a lovely competition that one is. Coates.
来哦，继续哦。
Ricardo Gaio.
最后几分钟而已，会再有一球吗？我觉得很难，但也很难说。葡萄牙体育是一支惊奇的队伍，就你觉得不可能，它就可能了。你往往在你不经意之间，它就进球了。给了门将立刻没收。葡萄牙体育。进攻犯规，黄卡。任意球。
Oh, it was Ricardo Gaio. Well, the feud between Ricardo Gaio and Wellington Jr. goes on. Not much love coming from Ricardo Gaio.
继续进攻，芒果人想进球。为什么我要说它芒果？因为香蕉是不是黄钱？哎呦，来喽！进攻喽！我的妈呀！他推他哎！伤停补是4分钟，刚刚说伤停不会少，4分钟，还可以。预计内，芒果人真的很想要一球，应该是没有。
The criteria he's followed for this contest not being entirely convincing, I think. I don't really like it.
好，来。
This one is Poro.
应该就这样到结束了，没有5球了，我觉得。那葡萄牙体育已经赢定了，他会一直攻5球吗？他也不是像阿贾克斯那种会属于猛攻型的，他不是，他们是有机会再进的那一种。我看有没有机会。芒果人黄卡在哪里？黄卡禁区内吗？禁区内黄卡，他就会点球。下一场我就不播了，太累了。
Personally, I take Francisco Trincão. I think his brace puts him in a strong position. But then again, in defense, we've had many great performances. Also midfield, plenty of choices for all of the sporting fans and for all of the
很远的地
viewers
方
that
我
have
们
joined
跑。
us for this contest. And friends, we get a yellow card shown here to Mohamed Diaby. For the second minute of added time, Diaby picks a yellow card for himself.
这一场要
Aggressive
休克，
tackle this one.
这一场要休息了。
Goes to the right. That one is Trinca. Could not control it. Number 17. There's Francisco Trinca. For sure, defense of his Sporting must be waiting
我
for
说两方会僵持到结束吧，我
to
就是这样。
to keep up this scoring streak. Find back of the net more often. Make more contributions of this nature. More often for sure. To become an asset for the Lions. Coates. Ugarte. That was Manuel Ugarte.
哦，不放弃哦。
There's an option here on the right. Frustrated.
两边在互相拉锯了，我觉得会拉到结束。
Mohamed Diaby.
然后那个芒果人还是蛋，芒果人不会有球。然后葡萄牙体育不会绝杀。
Bruno Reis. Everton entering the box. Everton get up says the ref.
我刚刚有说大4.5我不负责，所以就是你看不负责，因为我不相信会有4.5球，因为他们这支球队的个性不是阿贾克斯那一种，阿贾会有5球啊，但是他不会有。但是你可以看到阿贾进球也是很灵活，但是葡萄牙体育的进门、射门的方式更灵活，各种投球你想不到的方式他都会进。
Keeping up the winning streak. It is now 2-2.
好了，准备要吹结束。好，结束了。谢谢大家收看，下一场我就休息直播了。好，希望你们都有个愉快的中秋节，感恩、开心、幸福、愉快。谢谢你们，我们今天收3单。감사합니다，阿里亚多，拜拜。